Mm. Good evening. I think Dr. Preethi has already joined. Namaste.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste. So generally we get around 60, near to 60 participants.
Okay.
So this is almost the end of the program.
Oh,
Yesterday, day first Saturday, we had an attendance of around 50.
okay,
so
sir.
people will be joining now.
Okay.
And so I think we can start.
Sure.
So Preethi, this was started in 15th November.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the 16th lecture in this
Okay.
series. And we are winding up today. And we had lectures on technology, then business aspects, like that. So
Okay, sir.
different aspects of funding, legal aspects, all these things are covered.
Mm-hmm.
And now we'll be having a boot camp.
Okay.
And, we are planning, after getting the confirmation from our ADG, we are planning it. It is proposed to be next Monday or Tuesday, like that, but yet to confirm.
Okay, sir.
So that is the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So as an introduction to the participants, Preethi Nair is actually the Chief Executive Officer of Technology-Based Incubation Center at National Institute of Technology, Calicut. It is a well-established incubation center, and they have many success stories. And all aspects of incubation they do, including EDPs, then funding, all like that. So, in fact, we are following them. And for many of our programs, they are the mentors. And we are very much obliged to NIT TBI for all the support. And it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Preethi to give a lecture on this value proposition and business development. With this brief introduction, I request Preethi to start.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very elaborate introduction. Yes, of course, we have been working together for many events, and I know Murli sir, the enthusiasm that he has for running the CPCRI Incubation Center, and we have associated in many works over there, and here also, and many other common works as well. So, without wasting much time, let me just come to the session. My basic idea will be, of course, to introduce the NIT TBI, what is happening here to you, and just my topic, how to understand the market, how to develop and business your product and business for with having a market perspective in mind. I suppose most of you have already some businesses which is already started and running, and some others, the students and researchers who are having the idea of starting a business in mind. I hope I am audible. Jassim, I'm audible, right? Okay, fine. I assuming that.
Yes, proceed. Yeah, in
Okay,
between
sir.
one guest came. Sorry.
So no problem, sir. No problem. So yeah. So with this, few words, I would like to just share my slides with you, and then let's start the presentation. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, then full screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is slideshow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Please move to next slide also. Yeah, it is coming.
Okay.
Perfect.
Fine.
So please proceed.
Yeah. So this is basically about the incubation center at NIT Calicut. I'll take a few minutes for introducing you to the incubation center at NIT Calicut. We actually started way back in 2004-5 with the support from Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology. For incubating the startup industries, basically in IT and electronics in the beginning. And later on, we moved to all the other technology areas also, especially related to engineering side. Because NIT being a premier technology institute in India, it is always, the resources that we have is the engineering faculty, students, and expertise in technology. As you have in CPCRI, the kind of agri-related researchers, technologies and all. Of course, you are mixing the agri and engineering over there. Here, different kinds of engineering, whether it is mechanical, civil engineering, chemical, electrical, electronics, computer science, even biotechnology also. So there are so many different streams of engineering that is happening here. So all these are having their laboratories and crores worth of equipments over there, which could be used by the startup entrepreneurs also, by the innovators also, for their product development purpose or for their testing purpose. So this is why the incubation center, the concept of incubation center. Yes, Mr. Rajesh has raised your hand. Is it for asking something, Mr. Rajesh?
No, we'll have questions later. No, that
at the end, right?
By
Okay,
mistake.
fine. So keep your questions towards the end. Maybe let me just go through some of the slides and then we will come back for questions. Okay. So this I was talking about the beginning of this incubation center. So we got the first funding for support from the Department of Science and Technology, and then later on, in the initial stages, yes, the number of companies were very less, and since we are concentrating more on the product development companies, the number was very less, and till now around 102 companies are incubated. And apart from this, there are around 1,200 to 1,500 people trained in entrepreneurship through our around 65 programs which we have conducted, the entrepreneurship development programs. And this incubation over here is for 3 years for the product development. Of course, being, of course, apart from the IT side, for the mechanical, electrical, electronics and all, you require some time for the product development and the validation. So this is how, that is why 3 years is given. And many times, there are, because the people who come to us will be just with some idea. So from idea to POC to prototype to minimum viable product, it will take a lot of time. So during this journey, giving the support, the necessary support to them is our responsibility. So we try to do in the best way. And in spite of all these things, there'll be some failures. Some startup failure normally is supposed to be outside the incubator is supposed to be somewhere around more than 50%, but we would like to limit it to almost maybe to 20 to 30%. That's what happens over here. So like that, around 22 companies have failed, which are not functioning actually. Okay, we tell them sustainable when even after going from the incubator, if they are functioning properly. I'm not talking about big successes, but just sustaining, just to meeting their both ends. Okay, so basically nowadays it is in NIT TVA, even though we started with the computer science and IT and electronics background, now this is a sector agnostic. That is, companies, startups from any sector, wherever the NIT is having the capability, we are ready to support. Okay, so these are some of the assistances being provided, like infrastructure, like the basic minimum office space. Of course, it's not posh office space wherein a grown-up company can invite their clients and sit in their office and do the work and all. But there is a basic office space where you have the enough, just enough R&D facilities where you can set up your, facilities and then do your work. And in common, there will be meeting spaces and conference halls, training rooms and everything. So that is apart from the normal space given to the incubating. Then of course mentoring, yes, we have mentors from different institutions, other organizations, the different our own alumni, then other management associations and industry associations and all. So we would like to have as much as mentors as possible. So I wouldn't say that we have always the list of mentors is getting added every day by day. So whenever we get some good network through some person through a network, we would like to get some help from them for our companies. Then technical assistance, yes, I said in the beginning itself, one of the main attraction vision for the incubation center at NIT, just like the CPCRI, it would be the technical background, technical expertise that is available with the institute, that is in the form of the faculty, the lab and other equipments, and the student also, student interns also, because in most of many companies, mainly, you get, when you get the students, one or two advantages of the student employees is basically, one, it is less costly human resources, okay, because you don't have to give as a full salary or anything. But yes, it is difficult to handle, that's another thing, because they will be having their own priorities, but it all depends on how you handle them. Then yeah, it is fresh mind, some idea which do not stick to strike our mind, they will get it, okay. So that's what, that these are the one or two advantages that you are having, and they are in the campus itself, so they can spend their leisure time with you. Then yes, networking, that I already told, with the industry organizations and other agencies, and wherever possible, the kind of expos and all those kind of things, wherever we get a platform, it is shared with the incubator companies also. Then training and business development, financial assistance is another thing, like we can give loan as well as grant to the to the incubators for their product development mainly, okay, because we are concentrating more on the product development rather than the next level of marketing or the acceleration, because we are concentrating more on the incubation part, okay. So there, actually, the financial assistance of grant will be maximum up to around 10 lakhs. Of course, in certain cases, because the grant financial, that is mainly the financial assistances depend on what kind of ministry programs that we are following. Okay, that is for example, for Prayas scheme, it is up to 10 lakhs, the grant per innovation which is given. And the incubator scheme, MSME incubator scheme, the money is given from the MSME ministry to the innovator through the incubation center, which will be we will have the normal procedure of the due diligence and all those verifications and all those kind of things, milestone setting and everything. But finally the money is given, the final selection is given by of the innovator by the MSME ministry. So that is around 15 lakhs up to the max. This is all grant. And then again we have the seed funding, that is a loan also, with around 6% interest. These are all the general normal things which most of the incubators do in India. And apart from this, it is another thing is the technology transfer which we can do. The technology which is developed by some of the faculty or some of the research students in NIT can actually come forward to give any of any of the entrepreneurs the developed technology for a price, or for you can have them also as one of your promoter. Okay, so there are different ways in which you can get the technology from here. So it could be even just like a technical consulting also. Okay, so tech transfer or know-how transfer can happen in many ways. Okay, then we do have the legal and statutory assistances which is given through some of our consultants which we have on the board. Okay, so this is general innovation ecosystem that we have in NIT. We have the student innovation also promoted very much, and faculty innovation also promoted very much. The faculty and students can form their own companies. Now, even if you're coming as a researcher in NIT, maybe you have a good idea apart from what you're doing for your research, academic research, you can form a company based on that, which of course there are certain terms and conditions which the institute will be having. That is, apart from that, you are free to do it. Okay. So that is about the general system. I'm just giving you some of the points about some of the innovations that were made by some of our innovators. This is a tea harvesting machine, basically cutting the tea leaves at a certain depth, and this is a very fast one. This can get you the tea leaves cut almost around 300 kilos in just 8 hours. So it's actually, for a normal worker, this is actually a lot of saving in time and effort, which will this is just a prototype of the machine which was developed by the last batch of our innovator. So this was just like this came as an idea, and then they made it a prototype which is a working one. Okay, and this is earth auger, which is just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, this is an earth auger developed by another innovator, which is actually very useful for making the pit in the pit for planting your rubber saplings, or many things, actually, even banana plantations in an they're all, you can use this one to make the pit. Okay, so, and yeah, these are some other innovations made by our innovators and companies. What you see over here is a LED based phototherapy machine, which could be used in the neonatal ICU. This is about the automated electrical control systems, when the switches and regulators, which is a home automation products, some parts of it. So these are some of the innovations which were made. Now, coming to this is about the incubation at NIT. We had already 102 people, incubated from our we got incubation in our innovation incubation center, and gone out are around 84. We have still 18 in place, who are mostly, some of them are funded by us, and some of them just came as the companies itself. So it's a variety of companies, innovators, like starting from software, then biomedical, agriculture, everything is there, actually. So it's a big variety of great mix, actually. And yeah, the selection is normally done on the basis of good proposal, good business plan, which is submitted by the innovator. Okay, so, and this is we have committees, we have experts who will be looking into this business plan, which is presented by the innovator. That is normally, this panel will be consisting of the technical experts, the experts from industry, of that is a connected industry, basically, and financial, or otherwise management experts also. So this is there actually, we are looking for 3-4 kind of aspects for the selection. One, of course, is the strength of the product, how innovative the product is. And of course, for the technology business incubator, you are looking for a technological product to get incubated, and it has to be a bit innovative. Okay, of course, you cannot have a completely first of its kind in the world and all. It may not be that easy to find out that kind of proposals, but still there has to be some difference than what is already there in the market. So for which a good market study is very important. Okay, then again, how it can how well explain the product is, how this is different from what is there in the market, because this will actually give the market feasibility for the product. Okay, if there is a lot of competition in the market which the product can have, that is, if there are a lot of similar products already in the market, the problem is there could be this product may not be, it may not be that easy for the product to get a good market. So this is like the selection process itself. Yeah, now you should be wondering, like, why the incubator is having this kind of selection process. But this is actually a glimpse of how a startup should be. Okay, first of all, it has to have a strong product. The second thing is, it has to have a strong market edge in the market. Okay, that is how you are looking for it. Now, how do you do it? How do you understand the market is what we are going to see in the next portion of our talk. Okay, so basically, you are basically starting with an opportunity analysis for your idea. Suppose if you have an idea in your mind, which actually, where is this idea arising from? When you see that there is a need for a certain kind of product or service around you, right? So this idea, you will have to have a good analysis about how much opportunity that idea or that product which is coming into your mind will have in the market. Okay, that how much growth it can achieve, that, like, maybe you have, is it a 1 billion market, 100 billion market, or 1 trillion market, or whatever. Okay, some kind of an assessment about the total market share you need to have on, and in that total market, how much you can achieve is another calculation that you need to make. the total market size, the growth rate or market share that you can achieve. And the next one is how much margin you will be able to have. Okay, that is margin is basically, I'm sure you should be knowing it for the entrepreneurs. Yes, for the other people who may not be knowing, it is definitely the sales price minus the cost. Okay, so how much you will, basically the profits. Okay, and what is a competitive advantage that you can have? Okay, we will find out all these things differently. Competitive advantage is what I told. What is the speciality that your product or your service will have? Incidentally, I'd just like to say that I told specifically that we are going more for the product-based innovators or product-based companies. Yes, that is on the first, having the first preference. We can definitely consider the people who, innovators with very innovative service idea also. Okay, and there will be some services which will require a lot of technical backing. Okay, like higher end technology backing. Like for example, we just have one innovator who got into the TBI, who is actually separating out pigments from the industrial wastewater, because which requires a lot of testing, a lot of laboratory requirement and everything, which if there is a help from our chemistry and chemical engineering department, they'll be able to do it in a better way. Okay, so finally they have a product which is the pigments, but pigments, yes, it is there already, but how to make it from the industrial wastewater is a different thing. So that is an opportunity. How you find out the opportunity, you find out the technical feasibility, then you need to go for the competitive advantage, which the competitive advantage is basically, you can call it as the unique selling proposition. Okay, whether something which it could be even a very high quality, your product having a very good quality, your product having a very good configuration, features, anything it could be. Okay, or it could be even a very cost effective solution. Okay, so all these things will, but when it is going for a cost effective solution, you should know how to substantiate that cut in the cost. Okay, so all these are some of the, then identifying on what basis you can compete with others is an important part. Okay, then clearly identifying the customers, will come to that again once again. Then your sustainability, if it is a product which is going to have only a market for say 5 to 6 years, so if it is only for a shorter duration, okay, it will definitely, you need to plan it just for that much of time. Okay, means you need to have a plan in such a way that with that limited period of time, hello, Mr. Rajesh, could you please mute yourself? Okay. So yeah, this is it. So about the customers is what you're talking about. That the sustainability or potential to harvest in a shorter duration of time is what you are looking at. Okay, that is if a product is not sustainable or not going to have the same market for quite a long time, if it is going to be there for only a shorter duration, the thing is you should have enough of strategy in such a way that you are able to reach out to the entire market in a very shorter duration, and you're able to completely harvest the market in that duration itself, so that you will get the enough return for your product. Okay, now for which you have to do a lot of market research for how to do it for a new venture. First of all, we have to understand what the customer is looking for. Okay, so we call it, of course, we say in another way, put yourself on the other person's shoe, right? That is, you have to imagine that you are the customer, and what will be your considerations for the product or service if you are the customer. Okay, if you get enough of answers for the questions, yes, it is a sustainable product, or it is a product which you can go about. For a simple example, if you have a product like this, when you say that, okay, how much money you can spare for buying this product? If it is 10,000 rupees, if I give this for 10,000 rupees, will you buy? Okay, now if you put yourself as a customer, then you ask yourself, what price would you buy? What should be the specification that you are looking for in that particular product? Okay, so this is this is empathy. Putting yourself, or rather imagining yourself that you are the customer, is basically the empathetical attitude. Okay. And definitely you have to understand that customer definitely is the king. He has to decide what he is going to buy, right? So basically, for maximum benefit of the customer is what you are making the product, but keeping in mind our profit. Okay. Then definitely have their own conservations and be a good listener. Okay. Like, you will get a lot of cues from, or rather different remarks from different customers, and different, you should be knowing, the people who are doing the business in this one, maybe if you have a lot of dealers and distributors, they will be getting you a lot of comments from the customers and a lot of inputs, which how you got to improve your product from, many sides. You should be getting enough of comments, right? So these are some of the, for all these things, you need to be a good listener. You cannot say that, okay, I have this kind of facility and I'll do only this one. We cannot do that. Okay. So good, because if you're not listening, there will be somebody else who will take over you. And there is another thing in being a good listener, or even being a good, having a good environmental scanning. This will give you an important understanding of what other things are happening in the competitive environment. That is, definitely you will have a lot of competition. Okay. Because, even if whatever it is, even though you say that your innovation is very unique, and, unless there is a human need which is being met in some other way, okay, you will have some way of getting that need satisfied. Okay. So there will be some competition, definitely, even though it is not a direct competition, there could be an indirect competition. So understanding for all these things, for the competition, for the upcoming competition, if it is a technological product, what exactly are the upcoming technologies in that field, how you could become obsolete, all these things you will have to understand by this kind of an environmental scanning and seeing what is happening in the related industries. And maybe you can get a lot of clues from your customers, your dealers, your retailers, and everybody. Okay. So, like, what you see over here will be this much, but what you have, the experience of the people will be so much. Okay. Like, what they express to you will be only very few, very little. Okay. In the case of empathy. So it is all about how you understand what they are talking about. Okay. Now it is again the targeting. Okay. Now, like, because you as a business, the startup, or as a small business, we have only very limited resources, right? We cannot send, like, if you have a good new product, a food product, okay, you cannot have a lot of giving a lot of samples to all the people around. You cannot have, but you might be having a specific group of people who might use this product, whom you think that you will use this product. Then you need to target only that people, give the promotion, or route the promotion to only those kind of people, and then you will you will look for the responses that they are having. See, there actually you have a lot of different kinds of targeting. Okay. Maybe when you say that you are going to target only your district, or even your state, whether it is Karnataka or whether it is Kerala, okay, we call it a geographical segmentation. Okay. So you need to identify which locality that you are going to include as your market. There will be a lot of reasons for that. It could be your resource constraint. It could be, you feel that, okay, the people from this area only uses that. Okay. Like you say, like, when we use the coconut oil. Now, if you go to North India, and or rather Bengal, and ask them to use the coconut oil, they may not. Okay. So there will be a lot of different kinds of locality constraints. So you need to decide on which is the area that you're going to, geographical area which you're going to take as your market. That's again on the geographical segmentation. And again, the type of people. You might be some food, like, especially on the fast food side, you might be looking for the youngsters. Okay. Elderly people may not like it. Okay. If it is a nutraceutical thing, what kind of people you are targeting up, maybe a sports people who are sportsmen, who you think will be requiring a lot of protein. You are making such a kind of food for them, like the normal breakfast bars and all those kind of things. So there actually you are targeting a specific people, a specific group of people, where you will you will have, the good thing is, there you need to only target those kind of people for your advertisement and for your responses also. Okay, so basically what happens is, the sports people, if you're asking for example for the feedback on a breakfast bar, so what you need to do is how much energy you need to have, how much quantity you need to have, all those things you need not ask a normal person, but on a person going for a specific purpose. Okay, so these kind of, we had the idea of a jacket with the solar powering system, which we were discussing earlier. But see, there are the ideas which I am expressing here. We do have an NDA now. You should be wondering why I am talking freely about different kinds of ideas. First thing is, there are many ideas which we discuss in our office. The ideas which are bound under the non-disclosure agreement, I will not talk in any of the forums. The ideas which are either abandoned, or which are gone beyond the making stage, is what I am talking about. Okay, so that's one particular thing. Now you should be wondering, if you come to us and talk about some idea, now I should be talking about it in some general forums. No, it will not happen. Okay, there is an NDA with almost every incubation centers, that whatever discussions are happening, we are not supposed to talk to others until the product is completely done, product is gone into the market. But once the product is gone into the market, definitely the entrepreneurs would like us to talk about their product, not the technology, but the product at least, because it's again a way of marketing, word of mouth marketing. Okay, so that definitely you need to encourage your incubator or your peer groups and everybody. Okay, because a word of mouth marketing gives a lot of confidence to the other person who's looking for buying it, the possible customers. Okay, so now we're coming back to the target marketing. Now, why we are identifying a target group is basically for making the most effective style of marketing. Okay, because you're not unnecessarily spending any resources for which might go waste, but correctly identifying the target group is something which you require. Now, for which definitely you can do a market research. Okay, for those who are going to identify a new product, or rather launch a new product, we normally definitely do it is always better to do a market survey, but definitely don't entrust some other marketing consultancy for doing the market survey. It can, I'm not saying that all the market consultancy agencies are bad, but they might be giving you some data which is not reliable. Okay, so when you're doing it yourself, it is always better that to do it yourself when you're going for a market research. Just understand, basically understanding about the market, whether there is a market exists for a new product or service, or even for a slightly various, different product or service which is already existing. So it's basically, it gives a lot of data. Okay, first to understand whether there will be, if you interview or if you research on 100 people and 80 of them says that they're not going to buy it, then you can understand that either your targeted market is wrong, or your product has got some problem. Okay, product has got some problem in the sense, either it is not affordable, either that is not the one the people are looking for. Okay, so it could be anything. Okay, then you got to identify what exactly is the problem that the customers are finding with your product. Okay, so basically this market research is to understand whether your product will sell. Okay, and clear profile of potential customers you can get through the market research. Okay, just go with a market questionnaire and then get it done. You can definitely give it to somebody who is reliable. Okay, it could be done through mail, it could be done through phone. Okay, you have a lot of phone calls which coming for the market research kind of things, right? So it could be even done like that. Okay, you need to understand the gender and age which which is the segment that you're preferring. Okay, the income status and the occupation and education, other customer characteristics like single or married. These are some of the the aspects of the potential customers that you need to identify. Then research, or rather form a questionnaire and then go to, because I'm talking about a structured market research. If you don't have enough of patience, enough of time, okay, you can definitely go for a kind of informal also, like you can ask for, without a questionnaire itself, you can tell to somebody, that you can present to somebody like, this is my product, this is what I'm going to have, whether how or what is your opinion. Yeah, of course from mentors and of course from your guides and everybody. Okay, this is possible, but obviously the best thing will be going to the market for a market research. Okay, so now geographically also you can segment, like which are the the, maybe if you're going to have a supermarket, definitely you will see what is the people, nearby people wants, what are the kind of brands that they would like to have. Okay, in a simple example, right? So just like that, you can have the in the locality, you can definitely have a normal market research and how this could be done. Okay, now the market size and changes, definitely you probably can have, depend on if it is a bigger kind of locality that you are aiming at, if it is a very huge group that you are maybe like when you say the mobile phones and all those kind of things, it's a huge market. Basically, it's not only constrained to Kerala, India, or maybe something like that, but it is world over. It's a global kind of product. So in such cases, what happens is you may not be able to go everywhere and get the data, right? In such cases, probably you need to an extent, you might need to depend on the secondary data also, because you have the census data and there are so many published data which you can get from the internet and other sources, right? So you can depend on these kind of sources also. Okay, and definitely this is why we called it the price. The channel is the problem. Which is the channel for distribution? What kind of channels you require? Okay, that is from you are producing something, and are you going to directly give it to the customers, or are you setting your own stores and then the customers are coming to you? It's all direct selling, right? Or you can go to a dealer, you can appoint a dealer, the dealer will go to the retailer, or right, like are they going to do like that, like some hospital equipments? Many of the hospital equipments and all those things will have their own dealers who will go to the hospitals and sell the products, right? So it could be like that is another channel. So the consumer goods, yes, you have the producer, you have the warehouses, you have the distributors, you have the retailers, and then it goes to the normal public, right? So there are different kinds of distribution channels. So based on the character of your product, okay, you need to decide which you will have to. And of course there could be something like your production will be in one place and your market will be somewhere else, because for the convenience, the production process, if the raw material is huge, and the depends on the raw material availability also, right? So if the raw material cannot be moved to a different place for the production, maybe you have to have the production center near to the raw material itself, right? So in such cases, you have to, for example, now agriculture itself, the plantations where you have all these vegetables and other banana and all those kind of things. Okay, but you might be producing it somewhere, and ultimately your market is somewhere else, right? So, and it depends on the nature of the product also. See, some perishable things, you have to have the quick transport, and you have to have a very good logistics there over for making it available in the customer base, maybe with the minimum time, within the minimum time, right? So these are different kinds of the kinds of channels and the promotion. Okay, how do you do the promotion? Okay, so all these things require. Now again, market research will give you the niche and segment characteristic, the growth characteristic, that is how much, what is the kind of if you correctly analyze the competitor that you're having in the market, you will even have a market growth pattern, like when they started, how much share they had in the beginning, what was their price, and how much how much the competitor could achieve. So understanding that what you have different from the competitor, or what you have extra from the competitor, okay, compared to the competitor, then you can also kind of a pattern, you can also understand that this is going to be okay. I can, you can forecast this, your sales and growth, you can forecast. Okay. Now, like, sources of marketing intelligence, like, how you get the data, how you get the kind of required data from, where from you get the data is like existing competitors, what is the problem that they're having, like market research, like, when you are going to have a product, first that you need to look into is what is the competitor's product's problem, right? So that is what you have to encash, right? Then trade publications and other publications, like, the business magazines, which might give you some ideas. Investments report. Okay, you can have different kinds of investment report, wherein which will give you the kind of investment, the kind of nature into which the kind of projects that they are having. Okay, then government sources. Yes, we talked about the census data and all earlier, which all will give you what kind of the income level, definitely, all these things. Then potential customers. Yes, when you're going for the market survey, you are asking a person, I have these kind of products, which are you able to buy with these kind of characteristic, whether what they say. Okay, then other networks like industry associations and all, where you will have all the kind of networking, where you will get enough of data, where to go, how to go, what kind of promotional method that you have to employ, like, if it is it depends on different kinds of product. Now you watch the different TV channels, like the sports channel and the normal news channel, or the kind of different, like where you have all these serials and all those kind of channels. Okay, so we each will be having different kinds of the advertisement. There will be slight variation in the kinds of product that is being advertised in these kind of channels, which is actually targeting the kind of customers. Like, have you ever seen, I don't think I have seen any advertisement of any sari or anything in the C Sports or Star Sports. Okay, normally that is basically understanding about what is the channel that you have to do the promotion. Okay, maybe you have another for some medical products and all those kind of things. The conferences that is being held are a very good source of very good platform for the advertisement of your products. So there will be these kind of platforms, these kind of channels which you can use for advertising and promotion of your products. Giving samples is a common thing now, right? Then just try to give the small samples and see what is the response from the people, which will actually definitely, before going for larger kind of advertisements, it's always better to give the smaller kinds of samples and sachets to the potential users and see what their response is. Okay, then when I said about the market research questionnaire, there are certain characteristics that you need to keep in mind when you're preparing the questionnaire and going for the market research survey. Okay, very short questions and to the point questions. Like, you cannot give the reader to have a thought on their own, but just constrain their thought to only that question. When it is short and to the point and crisp, they will only think about that, what you're asking. Okay, and not too lengthy, very small questions. Okay, now this could be like, in email, or this could be when you can ask over phone. Okay, and one question per sentence, and put your questions in the logical order, right? Your name, your thing, and all those things. Now, what is the brand that you're for? Suppose if it is for a soap, okay, you made a good soap with so much of vegetable oils and vegetable, the Ayurvedic soap, Ayurvedic oils and all. Now you can ask, like, what is the soap? What is the brand of soap that you're using right now? Okay, just one word answer. You don't expect a sentence. Don't give a question where you are expecting a longer answer. Okay, just give one word kind of thing. Okay, now you have to, of course, when you start with that, how much you spend for that is the next question. Now you understood what they are using. Okay, now you can present your option. Okay, will you be interested in this kind of a product? What is the maximum range if we give some extra features in this particular product? Okay, so this is how you need to go. So it comes in a logical order. Okay, now, yeah, you test your questionnaire with you and your friends and people whom you think that is good in thinking and giving the responses. Okay, try out the questionnaire with friends, employees, and colleagues before you send it out for the real survey, and avoid questions or like don't go for what is your income and all those kind of things. Normally for age, income, and all, we set a range. Okay, for your age, like 10 to 50, or rather 20 to 25, 25 to 30, or above 50. Okay, those kind of things. So you can classify into different groups. Same way the income group also. Say annual income less than 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, those kind of things. Okay, and above say 50 lakhs. Okay, so above 50 lakhs, maybe like those kind of classifications which will have your kind of grouping for your benefit. Okay, you will have a target group in your, maybe you say that you are targeting the group between 25 to 50 or 25 to 40. Okay, now those people, anybody above 50 is not your not your person. Okay, so anybody for the income side, for anybody below having a turnover of, having a income of less than 5 lakhs, when you're going for a luxury items, and is not your not your customer, not your possible customer. There may be, okay, I'm not telling that, but there may be exemptions, but normally it's not, right? So what happens is, now so whatever happens below 5 or above 50 lakhs or above 1 crore or something like that is not your cup of tea, so you can just leave them. So it's like their meaningful ranges is what we should look for. Okay, okay, so this is how you actually group people. This is what we call segmenting and targeting. Okay, the grouping. Okay, so this is what you have to try first for your marketing. Okay, from this you will get a lot of data, and then you see, like you have to see, if it is a younger group, you have to see which is the channel that you can go for an advertisement. Or if it is a general notice, yes, you are opening a new cafe, or you're opening a new showroom in the locality. Yeah, first thing is you send out a notice along with a newspaper, right? Okay, so that is the cheapest way, or rather that is the most reaching out way of giving an advertisement. Simple way, right? So there will be so many simple ways you can. First thing is, your resources is very very crucial for a startup stage. So with the minimal kind of resources, you have to reach out to the market, right? So that's one thing. So, and again, then you need to decide on what is the kind of the promotional aspects that we need. Promotion is basically the advertisement. Advertisement is one form of promotion. Okay, then definitely you have some public figures talking about you. Okay, that is some film stars. It could be somebody who's having some influence. Nowadays, it is a days of influencers. Now, even with a 1 lakh followers, Instagram is a great influencer. Okay, you have a lot of social media marketing which is happening. Okay, which is actually a great source. Okay, because everybody is after Instagram, Snapchat, and all those kind of things nowadays, right? So the Facebook, Facebook is almost outdated nowadays, but still, Facebook, we say that it is the platform for oldies, right? But still, there are a lot of people who are using Facebook. You're using WhatsApp channels. Great, very good source of very good medium for advertisement. Everybody is on WhatsApp nowadays, right? So there are a lot of different kinds of ways and methods of advertisement depending on the type of product. Okay, so all these things you have to understand which will be the best way to reach out to your customer. Okay, so we have developing the market and developing the testing your product and testing your market is what we are talking about here. And the questionnaire, we just have to have a neutral language, asking their respondents, and respondents age limit and age and income and all we told about. It has to be in a soft way, and definitely thanking the respondents. This is how the market research is done, and based on the research, of course, doing the research is not enough. Okay, or having the data is not enough. You have to analyze the data. Okay, do analyze the data, and maybe if you say that when you got from the responses that say your pricing range, most of the respondents are preferring your price to be from 100,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees. Now you got a clue how you need to price yourself. Okay, price your product. Now for pricing that product, what kind of compromises you might have to do for your original idea. You must have thought about a product which is costing, or rather which for selling price will be 5,000 rupees, but people may not need that. That is another important point. That is, when you're thinking of a product, have a minimum viable product first and go to the market. Then get the response from the market. Don't wait until the product is completely done and having 100% it is done and not having any flows. They let it have flows, let it have problems, but go to the market and get the response. Okay, probably people might be looking for just a bare product, that's all, not with any additional features. Then there is another good point also, like you go with a bare minimum product. Then what you can do is have a bare minimum price also for that, which is very much affordable for the people. Now you can add on having more and more features to it, for which you can have additional money. You can ask for additional prices. You have, of course, the classic thing is like, you have the cars and all, you have different variants, right? For any products, you can have different variants. Have the base minimum and then go for different variants. Middle, over, lower option, higher option, those kind of things. Then you can have different price ranges, which is actually beneficial for you. Okay, different flavors. If it is a food product, neutral flavor, then you have chocolate flavor, then you have some other flavor. So which you can have charged differently. Okay, so this is another method of reaching out, or rather developing the product and a connect between the product and the market.